Hello, dear educators and my seniors. My name is Simran Ballani, and I work with Little Millennium as an associate director. I have about 22 years of experience, and that is in talent acquisition, HR, client servicing, and education. I have a gold medal in early childcare education, and I'm currently pursuing my postgraduate diploma in education leadership. Through this presentation, I will be talking to you about ABC of online teaching. Thank you. ABC of online teaching, a walkthrough for teachers as they turn page to next big chapter of Indian education. Now let's look at what is ABC of online teaching all about and why do we need them. On slide number 2, you can see the purpose of this paper and this presentation. As we know, in India, there are a lot of opportunities for online education, and there are challenges too. Now, if you look about challenges, we have challenges as digital infrastructure is limited, there is no personal interaction, there is no language of delivery which is common, and most importantly, there is a lack of motivation in participants. We as educational professionals need to action and implement training of our teachers, because our teachers are caught up, especially during the crisis that we are facing now. They are expected to deliver online classes, but they are caught up with not a basic know-how of how to conduct themselves and how to be shifted from a classroom mode to an online mode. Learning how to conduct ourselves on internet is now more important than ever. We will talk more about this on slide number 3. Slide number 3 talks about most transactional distance theory. It is very interesting to note psychological and communication spaces to be crossed as a space of potential misunderstanding between the inputs of instructor and those of the learner. It's so important that teachers, though are not exposed or trained in matters of netiquette, however, these netiquettes are identified as job selection attribute and considered important by campus recruitment. Now, a very simple theory here is if the teacher is not having a foundational training on online teaching methodology, how he or she is going to impart to their students. And it's very clear by the report of Google and KPMG that India is going to be a huge online education market. Now, let's look at slide number 4. What are the challenges that we are facing to online teaching? Of course, there is internet connectivity, undependable power supply in mostly all of the cities, no online delivery training, we spoke about that, limited awareness, whether it is of parents, whether it is of schools, institutions, government, and also of students sometimes. As I talked about, a lot of teachers are very comfortable with the classroom environment. They have to be trained how to go on to online environment and still be very comfortable with the class they're handling. And most importantly, lack of motivation. This could come from parents, this could come from our potential students, from the educators. So these are all challenges that we are facing in online teaching. Next slide talks about what are the essentials to online training. What do we need to teach them for them to be very confident to present themselves while they are doing these classes online? Of course, they need the basics of online training. They need to know what are etiquettes. Most of us are aware of etiquettes. Teachers especially need to know what are etiquettes. How do they manage parent? How do they keep them involved? Of course, how do they present themselves? A roadmap to professional online presentation and management of online critical situations, like when they are delivering the lectures. What happens if the internet goes off? What happens if there is some kind of a glitch in the system? How do they overcome that? Next slide is talking about how do we as educator can lay out the foundation. We can conduct awareness program for education institutes if we are capable and if we have to give back to society. And that's the right thing to do. We can provide basic free time training, provide equal opportunity even to educational institutes who might not be able to afford this training for their teachers. Very important, teach online classroom management to the teachers and develop a cooperative learning platform via buddy system or blended learning. Next slide is what can we do? What can each one of us do? When we are working with an institute or we are trying to help the other institute, we definitely need to know what are their needs. So we need to do a need analysis. We also need to do some webinars for the facilitators, especially before the go live date of online programs. We need very innovative parent management program, customized teacher enhancement programs. Of course, there has to be periodic monitoring, reviews and feedback, mock sessions. So if the teachers are giving mock sessions, they will be well prepared to go on to the live audience. One-on-one interaction with these teachers is important who have undergone this training. As I said, buddy system, blended learning, and ongoing phase training. So the training just by 1 or 2 sessions shouldn't stop. We should keep training our teachers. This is about me. I did speak about my video, and I have, like, as I said, 22 years of experience, and I have submitted research papers to IRC London, and I have innovated a curriculum for preschoolers also. Here is my details to contact me. I would like to help you in case I can be of any help in training your teachers, sharing the tips that it has helped in my organization with my facilitators. Here my connects. I will be happy to interact with you. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Thanks a lot.